Started working on this and I figured I better start recording. Hello, hello, hello. This is Darcy with Mixed Media. Misadventures with Mixed Media. Probably can't see a difference between this side and this side, but I will show you what I did. Just playing around, trying to make it look a little, I don't know what I want it to look, but I was playing around with it, and then once it dries, and once the other book dries, I will add the spine. Which one was I using? Yeah, I should have probably thought about this first. Alright, I was putting so I started out, I was just kind of, where'd my paper towels go? And if I had my paper towels with me when I started, I would have done this as I was going along. I want to add some texture too, so I'm putting this here so I don't have it too wet. And I'm just kind of going around my swirls because I still want them to stay a bit of the focal point. And then I just want some more texture, I guess. I don't know what I want. So this is basically what I did on the other side. So doing that over here, which is, you know, kind of blending our background in a little bit. And I'm haphazard and random, and I'm one of those messy crafters. Sorry. Not sorry. I don't know which side is better for. Usually it's the back side. I'm not really seeing any difference when I do this, so I don't know. I mean, I'm seeing the difference when I put the white on, but I'm not really seeing. And then around the edges, I'm going to do a little bit more. Yeah, see, that's more of what I wanted. Let's see if I can get some blotchy. Like, I want some white blotchiness around too. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want it to be the same everywhere though. So now I'm just taking a paper towel and just, I especially wanted to do it on the edges. Well, on the back one I was concentrating more on the edges, and on this one I was kind of doing it all over. Pound, pound. I'm surprised my son hasn't woken up saying, "Are you pounding something?" That's usually what happens. Yeah, see, I want, that's kind of what I want. A little bit more. So, yeah, you probably can't even see. So it didn't make much of a difference. And that's just gesso, so it will probably dry more opaque and whatnot. And hopefully dry quickly, because I want to, when I folded this, the paint cracked, and you could see some holes in the canvas. So I'm going to give it probably a good size of this Tyvek, which I haven't cut the other side of. Ha ha ha. And then I have a piece of Tyvek cut for my other book as well. So we're working on spines today, I guess. Spine tingling action. In action. Spine tingling in action. And then this one I'll probably just do the one side, so I just need to get that off so I have the longest piece I can get right here. So that will be for that. And then this we gessoed yesterday, and now I've put 2 coats of chalk paint on it just as a base. And you can't just shake the chalk paint. You have to actually stir it. So it's just Art Minds. So it's no Annie Sloan. Because this is pretty much 2 coats. I went this way, and you can still see behind it, but it's more of a background. It's still a little bit wet, but I'm not overly concerned about that. And which is the front and which is the back probably doesn't matter too much. Okay, I'm going to be working with, I had a trash. Oh, there we go. Since I'm going to be working with Fabri-Tac, I have my mask brush. So, and this one I'm going to do all the way around. And then that, so I figured I better put it on now so I can paint it and decorate it as I go. And I think I will start on the outside with that. Usually I start on the inside, but this time, so I'm leaving, what, about a 1/4 of an inch? I don't know, with a little space, but leaving some space so that it will bend and fold. And this is not a tutorial, this is just me doing my thing. But I do know there needs to be a space there. I think I need to add water to the cat's water content. Alright, you know, these are from the same book. They should be the same size. Alright. Today we get to, alright, I cut this too much, and so then my cover wouldn't stay on, so I had it in a plastic bag. But I noticed because there was always something on the top every time, it just kind of made its own cover, so it just dries every time. Now we wait. Oh, good girl, you eat your food. If you hear a crunching sound, that's just the cat eating her food. I'm going to set that on its side for a minute. And I'm going to have this be on the outside. So I'm putting this on the outside. It'll go in and out, and that will give us a hopefully nice strong binding. I'm going to go up there though. Alright. That's plenty big, so that's good. And oh, I was doing that to check to see how far I'm going to need to go to, about almost an inch on each side. I'll probably check that again when the glue starts coming out. Could have saved myself some paint if I had done this. Painted it after I put the spine on. So I went to Wegmans this morning, so the line was much shorter this time, thankfully. Not line, there was no line. I don't know why everything's so crowded on Mondays. Like, it was like, could have been the weekend. And let's see, I went and got my iced coffee. It was 8:45, and there was already more than 10 people in line at Jo-Ann Fabrics. I'm sorry, if I can't be the first 10, I'm not even getting in line, because I've been there. I've waited in line once there, and what happens is people take their own sweet time. They've waited an hour apparently, and they feel that they're, that they should take an hour or something. It's not our fault. You get there at 8:30 to get in line. I don't know if I saw the lady with the chair there today or not. I swear sometimes it's the same people. And it's just like, do you know you're not actually supposed to go out every day? This is, an essential thing. It's supposed to be, not a I need to get out of the house kind of a deal. And I think I read yesterday that the governor is going to start reopening things slowly, starting, well, I guess originally the projected date was May 8th, and now it's out to May 15th. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me because my son has Addison's disease, so we will not be going out much in the first few phases. We will still be limiting our outings as much as possible, and well, the washing the hands is something, that's nothing new here. We've always had to wash our hands. Alright, I want to make sure I get the end here. Do we, see, that's the thing, is things move around. I just want to move that just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Wish the spine would respect me. Alright, now I want this to be straighter. See, sometimes I think this is why Yes Paste would be better, which I do have some Yes Paste, and I was thinking about trying it. But because this book has a shiny surface, I wanted to make sure it was gonna, this is almost gone. And then I will, if I ever get to the store again, I'll buy some more, unless I like the fabric. But I've got the, see, when I move it with my foot, I don't know how far I moved it. Well, while we're waiting for that, I used that, remember how I said I didn't like that thick gel medium? I like it now. I think it is good for decoupaging, I think, because it's not as wet. I did not do anything on that one. So I just kind of did all these. It brightened up this particular stamp. But you have to be careful because these are distress stamps. So it also has enough liquid, it starts to move your stamps. And then I just kind of put it as a coat on things and to keep the edges from coming up. So now this seems tacked down really well. And this also seems tacked down really well. And I did an extra coat on that too. And that one. Which other ones? I even did a little coat on that one, even though I still made a detour. And this one I did. You can see where some of the words blurred. And then, did I do something on top of that? All that was texture paste I had underneath. I was looking on Pinterest for some ideas for my cover, and I think I have a general idea. I couldn't find a how-to video, but that's alright. Figure it out. Now I just need to decide if I want to use paper or fabric. And if I want to make my lines with pen or a sewing machine. For the main, I don't know, the main event, oh, the focal point. That's what I'm trying to think of. The focal point that will be on the cover. You can hear that glue just doesn't want to cooperate. It just wants to be done. It's lived a nice long life and now it wants to be done. And oh, that's right. These are covered with the actual book. The book pages. All right, I guess we're putting that back up and dealing with it. I had scissors, like, oh, I had scissors. Cut off that part of the envelope there. And I saw my bone folder earlier. I think it's on the floor. Anyway, I want to make sure that is up on the edge there, up here. So I'm kind of using this edge. I don't know what that's used for when you're actually doing a mask. But for here, it works nice kind of as a bone folder. Which I'll get my bone folder in a second. About to do this part. So I'm doing the same thing at the bottom because you probably can't see me as I'm pressing that onto the bottom and then I'm pulling that up. And I'm gonna find my, there it is. Nope, can't find it. There we go. Put that into my creases and see if I can find my bone folder that I saw earlier today. But then, you know, it depends where I saw it. Well, I guess we won't be burnishing. Whoops, sorry. Guess we'll just keep using this to burnish it. Oh man. See, that's where we put a little extra glue here. Because apparently the Tyvek people didn't use Fabri-Tac to keep their envelopes together. I just bought envelopes. I think they was like, they ended up being about $1 a piece. I think it was 15 envelopes for I don't remember how much it was. It's around 80 cents to $1 per envelope is what it ended up being. So. Alright, I don't know why I'm stressing about it. It's not going to show. All the pages are going to pretty much cover it. Plus, I could cover it with fabric or paint or whatever if I want to. Okay, come on. Just, actually, I could cut this a little bit more too. Doesn't need to overlap that much. Just, I know the more I try to cut it,
what the heck was that?
It's like a bullfrog in my house. Alright, the next one, we're moving on to the next, we might move on to it now. Oh my word. I mean, I can see there's some in there. I almost did something stupid. I almost turned it back over so you could see how big the hole was I ended up cutting. But that would defeat the purpose of getting the glue out. And my other son's going to get annoyed with me. But they should be up by now anyway. So, you know, if I get them out, if I wake them up, I'm not concerned. Alright, now we're going to have gloobers. Because those are dry bits. Nope. I know, you're like, just give up and use the Fabric Fusion already. Fine. I can't remember if I cut this yet. Nope. Okay, let's not cut it too far this time. See, last time nothing was coming out when I first did the cut. And so, cut a little bit more and went a little too far. Okay. I'm a little over on my glue, so now I'm going to have to wipe that off. Where are my wipes? She asked, after having already looked for them once. Okay, why? 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 Alright, my life is going to be so much easier now that I have a fabric glue that has a smaller... Alright, that does not want to stay down for some reason. Alright, I keep saying alright. It's starting to annoy me. I understand. I understand if you've already turned off this video because I just keep saying alright. Alright. Let's see. Anything else happening in my world? Oh, look, we stuck to the... Yep, just a little bit. Alright. Now, this chalk paint I put on here, it's not going to stay, I don't think. It's already just coming right off, even though I gessoed that. So I'm going to try to do a coat of this and see what happens. This would be the gel matte medium, not orange sauce. So just kind of do a, because I want, this isn't going to be my final coat. I just want it to show underneath everything else. So that's where we've gotten on this book cover today. We've got our spine in there and a base coat, which we are now protecting, because by the time we're done, this base coat, it may just show on the edges and corners. Anyway, hey, get out of there, you're going to burn your little paws. I think the oven's cooled off, but I have it opened a little bit because I baked the bacon this morning, and So I just kind of turned it off and left the bacon in there. But, you know, she's a sniffer. She's got to smell all the things. And she can't get close enough to it to smell it unless she puts her paws up on the oven door, apparently. Alright, so I just put a little coat of the mat on there. Oop. And get a nice fold right there. Need to burnish that a little bit. So, alright, that's over to the side drying. Put the cover back on here. We have the cover on there, although we are going to do this on the inside. I think I'm gonna, I do not want this color in the outside. The inside, I don't care as much about. The outside, a little bit more. I care. I care. Press the care button. I care. There we go. This is just art paper my friend gave me. And I figure I'll use it eventually for something else. Once it gets all the paint and goop all over it, I'll use it. Hallie. Hallie. My cat. Aren't cats supposed to be afraid of plastic bags? Not stick their heads in them? Alright, I'm going to do this nice and wide because I don't know how big this is going to end up being as far as thickness. I think it's just going to have the one signature. But it may be a thick signature, so. But I also, because it's already started, see those little, I don't know if you can see the little lines, tiny little lines, is actually where the canvas started. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had that on. Oh my word, you guys have just been watching me in the dark? Oh my word, I'm so sorry. Alright, well, just doing the same thing. Same thing twice. Oops. This is more shine. I want this on the outside, I think. Alright, this time I'm going to put it on this because it's a less porous surface. Oh, that comes out so much better. I love me a new bottle of Fabri-Stick. Whatever it is we're using. Make sure I'm over far enough so if I get glue on the canvas, it's at least a part of the canvas I'm using. There, got it all smooth like a Zamboni. This is my Zamboni, my crafting Zamboni. That's cool. Did you ever see that through you can't see that through the light right now, but the webbing in there is really quite cool. I don't know why I'm trying to get it on there. Make sure I get it, because I'm gonna cut it down anyway. This is probably gonna get cut down after what I will probably do is get a piece of fabric for the inside that will show from the inside. I wonder if I should have double glued this. I've never used the Fabric Fusion before. And I've never done anything with canvas before, so. Alright. I don't know where my bone folder is, but I'm going to do my best to just burnish this down and hope that it will stay because it doesn't seem like it wants to stay right now. So if you're watching and you have worked with canvas and Fabric Fusion or whatever, and you know the secret, please tell me. But for right now, we're going to put our hope in a jar and hope that does what we want it to do. And it's going to be in between another piece of fabric, which if I need to, I will glue it to the fabric with the Fabric Fusion again before I sew it. So what I'll do is I'll put a piece of fabric here that faces this way, and then that'll be the inside cover, and it'll just be a fabric cover, which I wonder if I'll be able to. I kind of want to have the back be a little bit longer. I've seen people do that so that I think I'll be able to, even though I centered that. I just have to remember that's what I want to do. Alright, now we've done that. What can we do? What can we play with now? Worked on some covers. Let's see, I backed these yesterday with some of the dyed papers that I had. Except that one needs to be backed, that one needs to be backed, that one needs to be backed. Should make something new. Let's see, this can go to the side. Nothing I can do with that yet. Ooh, I think I want to try a couple weird things. So let's find a tag to use. Find. What happened to the pieces I cut of the mixed media paper? I don't know, but let's just grab this for now if I can't find anything else. I know I have some that are already cut smaller though. There we go. Use these two for now. And I had good luck with that. Where is it now? I had such good luck with that yesterday. Let's play with that today. And which one of these is the one I used for glue, and which one is the one that I used for... Right now I use them both for gesso. Alright, I had... I can't keep track of stuff. I'm so lame. Oh, it's under my chair. That's where this little piece came from. Alright. Probably help if I put the paper towels on their thing. Alright. I know they're going to be a mess anyway. So these aren't very thick, and they're really not meant for all this glue and stuff, but that's okay. I backed them with some cardstock, which makes them nice and sturdy. I'm not going to pay any attention to that. Scissors, that's what I want. And do the other one in a minute. So I'm thinking, since this is a little bit more tacky and less wet, that it might be good for adding some weird textures. Now, I want to do this, but I want to do it badly. I want to do it wrinkly and random. I don't want to do it. I'm afraid if it's too thick that it will just start to peel back off. So this is a background texture here that we're playing with. Got our cheesecloth. Did we go to our... I'm not worried about these edges as much if I'm going to turn it into a tag anyway, but still try to make sure it gets on there really well. Alright. Okay. Sorry about getting cut off. My battery. Not my battery. My battery's okay. My SD card. That's what happened. So let's see. What did you miss? And where did I put them to dry? Alright, so I gessoed over the one that had, the one that has the cheesecloth on it, and made one with plastic wrap. Oh, here it is, and gessoed on that. Probably should put them to the side. So those are the textures, and just need to wait for those to dry, and put them somewhere to dry. And then I really like what happened here, so we're going to try this on another piece of paper. This will show up a little bit more maybe. So all I did was take some gesso, a good a goodly amount. I'm so glad that I don't have to do 2 separate videos anymore, and I don't have to edit on my computer either, because that would just be ugh. To upload it on the computer and then edit it, even just to join 2 videos and then upload it to, it's just a lot of uploading and stuff. It's just, so they do have an app on the phone. Alright, so what I did is I did it the back side down. This time I'm going to do it this way down. Let's see what we get. And so I'm pressing and I'm pressing, because that's what I did before. I think I went like this too. And then we pull it up and we have little tiny little polka dots. And this has a little bit of wrinkling too, because there's a little bit of a flowery kind of a pattern, but it's not showing up as much. Sorry. So we got that as our background right now, which is fun. And then when the back side, it was a little bit more subtle, I guess. I love polka dots. Alright, let's see. Should we do another one? Let's see, how thick. What happens if I go thicker? Like, the thicker I do the gesso, don't worry, I have a big bottle of gesso downstairs. When I started doing mixed media, everyone kept talking about gesso, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy a big thing of gesso, because I bet I'll be using it a lot. I don't use it as much as I thought I would, but I do use it a lot. Alright, let's do, I want to do the front side again. I don't know, I like the subtle. Do the back side again. Oh, now it might be a little wrinkled. Oh. And I touched it, so it's gonna be, that's gonna be wrinkled on that side, I bet. I can always redo it, but I don't really feel the need to redo it, just because I don't feel the need to gesso it, because it's just going to be the background anyway. Right now I just want to take a little more off the edge too. Alright, set that aside to dry for a minute, and this one is dry, so now we can play with it. Yeah, that was wet when I first started playing with those. Right, one of these is glue, one of these is gesso. I want to use glue right now though. I think. I don't know what I want to do with it. No, I want to use, oh shoot, the heavy gesso. But I'm not going to use, that is, I found my heavy gesso. Guess where it was? It was on the other side of the basket on the table. I had already brought it over. Guess what I have to find now? A stencil. A stencil. Well, we won't make use of this. Let's go ahead and pause. Yay, I remember to press play again. Alright, I found my box of stencils. Although my favorite ones are already out somewhere. Let's see. Hearts, sleeves, splotchies. This one I like, but where's the flower one? Oh, there it is. Maybe we'll do something with that. Oh, this one will be fun. Let's play with that one. I wish I knew what happened to that. Ooh, we got pink. Ooh, maybe we'll play with that one. We've got some letters we could play with. See, I can find it here, but I can't find the... And we've got some polka dots we could play with. Come on, polka dots. We'll see. We'll take them all out and we'll use like 1 or 2. That'll be fun. Alright, before we do that though, let me do a quick coat of gesso on this one too. Oh man. No, I don't want to do a coat of gesso on that one, because I want the the image that I put on there to do something different than the rest. So I wish I knew where my palette knife was. But I'll just see if I can use that for today. I'll go just so please you. And where'd my putty knife go? Putty knife, scraper, don't know. Somewhere. Alright, we'll go ahead and do this one. But not with that. We'll just do these circles, I think. I can't remember where I got these, if they were at Walmart or Dollar Tree. I can't remember. Dollar Tree, I guess, is really trying to step up their game with the crafting stuff. Alright, I really like things offset. Don't know why. So, because I don't have my modeling paste yet, which is what I will probably use in the future with this, I'm going to, I need to go find my palette knife. I think that'll be easier with a palette knife. But I need to do this first because you don't want to go back and forth as far as I know, because then you're going to end up with, that's going to have a lot of texture, isn't it? Alright, let me go find my palette knife and get as much of this as I can back into the jar. Oh, also, I probably should get a thing of water. I almost pressed off that time. Ooh, sorry. The palette knife has left the building. I think that's all I'm going to do on that one. Just simple circles. Simple circles. Simple Simon. And then I definitely want to do, oh, I wanted to show you, this came in the mail. Like, ordered that on Amazon. I think it came from China, so it took a while. And I can't remember how much I paid for it. $5, I think. But it's got the lace and the doily. Now I never have to buy a doily again. Let's see, where's my tall one? How is this gonna work? Make a white flamingo on the pink background. Is that weird? Part one of the leaves would be weird too. This one's a Waverly. So I think I got it at, I want to say I got it at Walmart. It's got a piece of tape on the top. So, and it's not quite what I thought it would be. It's these little stickers. So let's try some of these flowers on here. Now, I could not find my palette brush, so I grabbed bone folder and a card to try. Just fold it in half. And that tape covers the actual stencils. So, if I want the whole flower to show through, now last time I used one of these sticky backed stencils, the stencil is small. It ripped my paper, so this one doesn't feel as sticky as the dollar store one though. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Got a couple on that corner. And I'll stick a couple on this corner. And then when you do this, you could, I think you use modeling paste too. I thing about gesso is you definitely get a different text, your paint's gonna come out differently on where the gesso, well, if I didn't have any gesso on the page, then it definitely would. But where the gesso is thicker, it will affect it. Okay, come on. What? You know what I'm gonna have to do now? Okay. Oh, that's what we're doing stuff. Now I'm gonna wipe off this over here and hope that it doesn't affect the overall whatever I end up with. And hope I don't mess up my stencil so much. That's annoying me. Yeah, that stencil is a little small. It's hard to do this with a small stencil, I'm thinking. Alright, I'm just going to do that on that one for now. I'm going to do this on this one and hope that I can do it without getting too close to the edge. Although it would make more sense to have it be around. I'd have to cut them out and then do the... We're going to have a white flamingo. Or they'll just, the rest of them will not be as white and he'll be pink in the end. We'll see. I mean, not be as pink in the background. See if I have a little bit more control with this or not. Missing my palette knife. I'm gonna have to find it. There we go. It's not gonna be raised a lot. Oh, man. Alright. Not, see, and it's still, this bugs me. I was hoping the heavy gesso would not do that to me, like the other one did the other day. Alright, let those dry. What should we do on this one? Well, if we're going with our, that theme, I think we'll just go ahead and do our pineapple right here. Or we could do it, those lines make me feel the need to do it straight, huh? What is straight? Well, let's just do this. This is why I like to offset things. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Because maybe we want to put some flowers in the corner there. We'll see. I think I'm going to have to struggle with this one just because there's so many small bits. Doesn't even want to lay right. Okay, I'm going to have to press that down. Alright, let's try. Let's see what happens. Smush it down. Maybe this is where the card will actually be. Because it is at least a wider, and you can go flat. That's what I want to do. Alright, I'm pretty sure her water needs some addition, but I need to clean the filter anyway. My cat has a little water filter because when we first got her, she kept wanting to drink out of the faucet in the bathroom. And like she would probably not drink anything else if she had her druthers. So I went ahead and got her. I'm okay if this one's not super smooth because anyone ever touched a pineapple? Yeah, we're going to do that. The pineapple part, I'm going to make all, the leaves should be more smooth though. There, smooth leaves and crazy pineapple. We'll see what happens with that. Fingers crossed. Oh, we're fairly clean there. I mean, we got some on the edge, but that's the easy part to deal with. Plus, you know, you just keep going on the edge and do a little border thing going on, right? And then really mess it up, you know. All right, so that's kind of cool. I did the leaves a little more smooth, and then the pineapple I just, you know, you saw what I did. So it almost looks like a real pineapple. That's kind of cool. I gotta remember that for the next time I do a pineapple for anything. All right, what do we want to do next? Any more paper, more textures, backgrounds we can work on? Are these, is this dry at all? No, we still gotta wait on these. They still have quite a bit of drying to do. But I have a lot more paper here. So let's just add texture while we've got it out, and then tomorrow they'll be dry tomorrow, and then we can play. Get some blue. Blue, blue, blue. Blue, 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 blue. Alright, this is like a really light blue, kind of like mortar might be, right? Now, when I do these kinds of stencils, I tend to be a little less perfect. I kind of like the more grunge look, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Although, you know, we at least want the bricks on the bottom to be holding up the other bricks, right? Let's try this again. And bricks are not completely smooth, but I don't want them that bumpy either. And a half a brick here or there is fine. And then somewhat smooth it. So we've got some more texture there. And gonna kind of come, you know how sometimes the walls you see cement in the back and maybe the other bit is okay. Cooperate. There we go. There we go. I don't know why I do bricks like that, but that's how I do my bricks when I do them on something. It's just what I do. All right. Now, I hate wasting gesso and whatnot, so we're just gonna wipe off a bunch of these on this. Well, of course we got them stuck to the other one. Just get some of that gesso off of there. Get some of this gesso off of here. Oh, come on. See, I'm afraid of these sticky ones because, first of all, they stick to each other. And when I try to unstick them, I'm afraid that I'm going to rip them. We need to go over in the water so that the gesso doesn't get dried on. That one had a lot of gesso on it. And I don't even know if that gesso is still even wet. So this one, we just have some random gesso in the background for a weird pattern, I guess. And then this one, I think we'll just do just the random. Try to get some texture in the back. Set that point Well, it's giving us some nice texture. I need to find myself like a credit card, because the other card I was using doesn't have a thin edge. But I have these playing cards fairly cheap. Alright, there we go. Got some texture back there. We'll play with that some more tomorrow. I had the dots too. Let's see. Well, that's not the backing. I wanted to play with one that would be... I wanted to do some... I know I have more paper. Paper is not an issue. I have... You know when you buy a pack of paper at Tuesday morning and then you have a whole bunch of that paper? Forever you have that paper because you can never use it all, but you maybe don't want to have to use it all. You know what I'm saying? That's what this paper is. So I'm going to do that. And I realize I don't have all the circles filled. That's what I want. Because I just want to see how it looks when it's all covered and layered and everything. What the heck is that? Probably a cat. We have cats. So many cats. Well, people down the street have cats. So many freaking cats. You know, since we've got them out, let's just do one of these. Throw these in the water. That's what we got it for. But then we set it way over here. We isn't. Oh, and I thought this was going to be a wide enough. Well, it's wide enough for those. Not quite for that one. And now my hands are wet. I do have a card I can show you from when I first started doing. Excuse my reach. You know, I don't always fix. That I did with just gesso, and it came out pretty raised. That was when I first started doing mixed media. So it's just mixed media paper on the back, and then this is the only gesso, so you can see how the color came out differently. So that's kind of how, which pretty little, he's too wide. Alright, he's too wide. He's, oh, I gotta put him in the middle. I think this time he's not too wide. He's just right. Or she. Girls can be unicorns too. I don't always think of unicorns as boys though. I mean, there are some boys that do like unicorns. You know why girls like unicorns? Because they're boys and girls like boys. I know what girls... I don't know. Really need to get myself more of a credit card kind of a card. I know I must have some store cards somewhere. It's getting too soft. I hope I didn't just go under it. This is not helping. Ugh. Need to find my palette knife, man. I think this stencil might be a little bit. I think I did get this stencil at Dollar Tree. Not sure. Just when I think I have it, I see another part that's needs a little bit more. A little bit more. Alright. If you're new to my channel and you just heard that noise in the background, my son needs to get moving and get himself an insulin shot because his sugars are high. All right, I think that is our last texture for today. Let me get the edges of that heart that wanted to come out with clay, and the other one that wanted to come out to play. All right, we have that unicorn, and just like the stick stencil the other day, it wanted to come, it bled, I guess bled, that's the best way to describe it, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how that one turns out. I feel like I got out these and I just kind of want to do something with them. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Just kind of do some letters. Just randomly around. A few more here. I want it to be different than over there. And I just squished my other letters. These are a Tim Holtz one. There, that's that. Alright, that's it for texture for today. How are we on time? Sorry about that. Yeah, we're almost at an hour. I don't want to go too far over that. So, I will. So we got all the texture ones we just did. And then it's been so long since the beginning of my video. I don't even remember. I know what I did. Here it is. So, okay, it seems to be drying some, I guess. So I have a fortification for my fabric. Still wants to do that, so I might need to put a little something in there to keep it from wanting to bend right in half. Because I want a curved spine on that. I don't want it to bend straight in half. But by the time I'm done, that might be part of the top anyway. No, it won't be. What if I had some pieces of cut? Where did they go? There it is. Is that one long enough? What if I do this? You can see exactly where that line is too. Just gonna try this. See if it will stay down. And if the gesso side will stick better. Whoa, that came out fast. Maybe I should have done this. Alright, so this is what we're going to try. We don't know if it will work. I don't know if it will work. I'd say we a lot. I don't know why. Oh, here it is. I'm going to have to make sure that doesn't touch anything till it's totally dry. So I'm taking this piece of canvas that was from the edge and putting it here so that hopefully that canvas will stop folding directly in half. Because I originally folded it in half so I could know where the middle was. And now that's just what it wants to do. It just wants to fold. I could see through this a little bit so I can see if I'm in the middle or not. I'm going to go over a little bit more. It's been another 5 minutes. It's fairly centered. Alright, now I'm going to leave it not touch it, I guess. Hey, where'd that? This is all gonna get covered, so. Now I have a bone folder I could do. We'll cut off the ends at some point. Alright. Okay, good. Let that dry. Alright, so we have that going, and we have our book for our ephemera storage, which closes fairly good. It stays, I don't know if you can see, it just kind of stays like that, which is alright, because once it's full, it'll be kind of like that. So yeah, and the reason my canvas did not fit this is because my paper is a 6x9, but my cover is bigger by at least 1/4 of an inch on top and bottom, and probably 1/2 an inch on each end. So that's what that's gonna look like when it's all done from that end. It's gonna look much different from this end. Gotta figure out what I want to do. Wonder what the next layer will be. Before tomorrow, I'll probably do another coat of gesso over the, we did a seal. Yeah, it seemed to help. It's not just peeling right off like it was trying to do before. All right, thank you for joining me, and I hope you did some crafting and journaling or whatever it is you like to do. Whatever makes you happy. I hope you did that while I was sitting here rambling and doing my thing. Have a delightful day, everybody. Thank you for coming to my channel. I hope you'll comment and tell me what you're working on. Have a delightful day. I already said that. How many more times can I say that? Much love.